second. I'll pull up the agenda real quick. We currently have any adjustments. We have recommendation of approval of the FY27 annual work program, and that's the only item on our agenda. Unless anyone has any adjustments to the agenda, we can roll into that FY27 work program. I think the thing that we're looking to do today is hold the formal vote to recommend approval to send it to our elected boards. I'll remind folks that we are aiming for the Board of Commissioners meeting on May 5th and Go Triangle on June 17th. Any delay in this approval is likely to knock us off course to be at that May 5th meeting. I think folks have had a chance to review and look over the annual work program and provide some feedback on it. I think we have some revised scopes, we have some revisions in there. And I know that there is currently an intent to make a motion with the staffing study and a motion to make an intent without the staffing study. The version as published by the staff working group currently has a staffing study in. I think that summarizes where we're at.
Are you looking for a motion?
Motion,
Okay.
Second, and then we can probably get into some discussion.
Great. I would motion that we adopt the FY27 annual work program with the staffing study included.
Support.
All right, motion by Caroline, second by Doug. Any conversation?
Do we have the updated financial model available?
I would defer to the TDA on that. I will say, because it is a capital, it is a one-time expense. We should have a clear idea of how it impacts. But
Hey, Josh, I'm with Paul. We're in a conference room. Real quick, number one, I know there wasn't a lot of time to say anything. One thing I would like to note is I know we sent an email to Emily that one of our titles is incorrect before the deadline and it wasn't adjusted. So it says audit services. The scope is fine, but the actual nomenclature of the project, it's fine in the finance sheet, but it's wrong in the backup. So I haven't seen it updated. I don't know if you ran through it on the screen, but yeah, like that's incorrect. So if you go back to what the, like actually the finance pages, that is what we submitted to her. So I didn't see an updated version of that. I mean, I don't want that to start, but so that actually looks like that might be the wrong information because I know we sent an updated sheet. So that actually looks like that might be the wrong financials. So I don't know what to tell the groups. So that we've sent and revised multiple times to the county with the correct nomenclature. So that's the first thing. Number two, we've sent over the updated financial pages with and without the staffing study, so the county should have all that. And the third thing, just to be clear, the goal is obviously on the Go Triangle side to June 17th, but we anticipate presentations from Durham County Staff Working Group admin, TPAC admin, and Orange County Staff Working Group admin at the May meeting for a full presentation to the board with questions. And obviously the board is going to want to know specific details to approve. So just wanted to make sure that on the timeline, I know that's all listed in the adopted timeline, but I just wanted to be very clear that we understand the timeline.
thanks, Stephen. Let me highlight the change in the financial sheets. I believe I have the version that you sent over. I have it dated April 8th.
Yeah.
Is this the version you're referring to?
Yeah, that's the version, but again, the project sheet, unless it was changed like a week or two ago when we sent it, I didn't see it in anything that has been sent out. Again, it's just a nomenclature, but we want to probably be consistent so people, if they look at this page and then are able to look at the detail. The scope is fine, so I'm not concerned about reimbursements. I just, just for consistency, we should probably put the right names, especially since we submitted it on time.
Meg?
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, so I just have a lot of questions on the staffing study still. Thank you. The scope was sent out Friday. I think it was Friday, after the meeting information. And I just have a lot of concerns from the regional perspective. The scope seemed to have been produced by just one or two agencies, but there's really should have been involvement from others. And I think that I know that led to a lot of confusion about what the scope for Orange in particular is. There were some elements that they appreciated very much, but there were some concerning ones. I feel that there needs to be a regional partner or two involved in this. And by region, I mean the entire Triangle region, not just this MPO's region, being Durham and Orange primarily. But for those of us that function outside of just Durham and Orange counties, we need to ensure that there's all of these plans that are being looked at, Durham, Orange, and then the one that was already approved in Wake, have some consistency, because it will be difficult to implement down the road if there's inconsistencies with how regional agencies are treated. And so not having a regional perspective or eye on that during the scope development, I think is concerning. The scope does reference stakeholders, but I would like that regional perspective to be within I can't remember the different categories, but basically the scope has just the MPO and then someone from each county involved. And I'm requesting that somebody from probably TDA be involved. Go Triangle would be great, but as a transit system, I don't have as much of a problem if we're just included with all the other transit systems, but TDA, I think, clearly needs to be involved. I see Stephen's hand. And then there's many other things, but I think my main concern is that there really wasn't any involvement of the staff work group in the development of this scope. It was, I don't know who from Orange County participated in this. The scope implies somebody did participate from Orange County, but I don't know who. And then going forward, I mean, that's just a scope from the consultant. This stuff can all be changed and addressed as we move forward. When we look towards implementation and approval, especially if we're asking our governing bodies to approve the staffing study, which I think is what we'd want to do if we then want to implement it through the transit plans for funding. I think we'd want the staffing study blessed first, especially in light of that. And the Go Triangle is an approving body. With this need to collaborate and coordinate regionally, I strongly encourage that we revisit kind of the management structure of that study before it gets underway.
All right, Sarah, followed by Stephen.
I wanted to follow up on Stephen's comment about the financial sheets having been sent. We did receive those. We are still awaiting the full financial model. And that is something that I know commissioners will want to see when they are receiving the annual work program.
Stephen?
Yeah, going back, just a quick question, comment on Meg's point. I would note that, so Cambridge did do the Wake transit staffing study. Obviously, there was collaboration with Campo on a bunch of people on scope, that's whatever. I would say there was a core technical committee. I actually was part of it. with obviously Kelly Blasey, Het Patel, um, Shannon Cox. It was like maybe 6 or 7 of us. I think Cambridge probably appreciated that. There was, to avoid the transparency that it was kind of being, 2 people in a closet making decisions. So I don't know if I didn't really thoroughly read everything, but I think that kind of technical committee, I think to Meg's point with the regionality, is important. That was, I think, very beneficial. I think Cambridge would even concur that was very beneficial. They felt like they learned a lot from all the other partners. So you couldn't get that detail on the scope. I know I have the Campo scope very thoroughly. Obviously, I've opined. Go Triangle / Tax District is the other lead agency within the work plan or within the actual whole governance. So I think that they also felt it was important if there was ever a goal to approve this, to make sure that there was buy-in of staff at that level. So just wanted to kind of throw that out. It's not really clear on the path forward on this scope, but I just wanted to make sure to Meg's point, if there is consistency wanting to be with Wake, that's probably something we should think about. If it's not there, I don't know. I wasn't able to see that.
Thanks. Do you want to pick up on 2 loose threads for the financial sheets? I do have the version in our printed agenda and the version that TDA sent over in early April. I believe the only change, or all the numbers look to be the same, all the titles look to be the same, except for this project for TDA. Given that, I would feel comfortable moving to adopt this with updated financial sheets, given that we are making only one change in the name of the project. Just want to highlight that for the group. Hearing new financial sheets is concerning. I think there is just one minor change that I can see from these different versions. On the question about an updated financial model, would it meet the interest to provide that prior to the commissioners meeting, even if we don't have it today?
Yes, and our deadline to get those materials in is today. So we would need that very quickly.
Okay.
So Josh, regarding the updated financial model, I'll have that uploaded by the end of the day. The only thing is it's like 60 tabs, so I don't know how you're going to upload that into, I would say the CIP and the MyUp have been in the SharePoint for multiple times for months. So that has all the information that's probably needed on a board level. But, I know to Sarah's point, it's uploaded previously. I've sent it multiple times to Travis. I'll send it again today just to, or I'll upload it to SharePoint. But, that's a lot of paperwork because it's an Excel file to be uploaded into the board level. Plus, I don't know about the ADA requirements. That wouldn't be something we would worry about since it starts April 24th. But I guess that would be a county item that they would have to worry about.
Yeah. I guess to clarify, Sarah, are you talking about the full MyOp CIP or just the presentation with the graph of the low point?
The whole thing.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
All right, we do have a motion, we do have a second, we do have one thing folks have noted as potential amendment. I'll go ahead, ask Caroline if you'd be okay with amending the motion to include a change from audit services to financial consulting and overhead administration costs for TDA project 21 GOT AD 22.
Yes, I would offer a amendment to the motion to correct the name.
I'll support.
Sounds good. Procedurally, we would do amendment first and then full motion second. Any last
So we
discussion?
need to call the question on the amendment, you're saying?
Yes, call the question on the amendment and then let's call the question on the motion.
I like that.
Hearing no further discussion, I'll call the question on the amendment. Let's go down the line. Meg, to amend the name of the TDA project.
Yes.
Emily, Tina,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Caroline,
Yes.
Jamel,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and I'm a yes as well. Stephen? Sorry, Stephen, did you have a further discussion?
Stephen, if you're talking, you're on mute.
Okay. Paul, if there's any chance you can unmute. I know y'all are in the same room. Want to make sure to give chance to speak before we call the motion.
Hey, Josh. Are you, so just to kind of append my comment, I'm actually gonna speak with the board clerk, because usually if you look at the timeline, the actual Orange County staff was supposed to actually go during one of the audit and finance meetings. They didn't show up, so obviously Brandy and Campo did, so I'll actually speak, since this is gonna go to the, sounds like the Orange County Board. I will speak with the board clerk to say, before the actual full meeting in May, if they would like a kind of the ability to opine during that, because obviously the goal is to do it during public comment, and they didn't see a full presentation during public comment, so I'll reach out to the board clerk, see if the board members of Go Triangle feel that's appropriate, or if they need to do it in, or if they're just the May board meeting with Campo and Durham work. I just want to be very clear about that, just to follow the process that was adopted in May of last year.
All right, Sarah?
Can you specify which board clerk you're referencing?
The board clerk of Go Triangle. So I'll speak with Michelle Dawson and let her speak with I'll let her figure out who she needs to speak to in the Go Triangle board world. No matter what, they're definitely going to want a presentation at the May board meeting to be with Campo and Go and Durham County staff, but they might want, because they didn't have any visibility into the projects, things like that, in their subcommittee meeting, they might want that too.
Hey,
I
Stephen,
just
will
want to
that
make
be
sure,
the, so will that be the only presentation that the Go Triangle Board will be expecting? They will not be expecting
they
another one
usually,
at their June budget adoption.
no, I wouldn't think so. The June budget adoption is usually more of a consent. Because at this point, the plans should have been out for public comment. They should be what is recommended. So that's why these presentations happen in May. So if there's any questions or comments, it's at that point adopted by the counties. So it would just be basically any questions or comments. Obviously, if they have concerns based on, the ILA and all that stuff, they could obviously raise those, but the goal is by May, they're done, and then it goes in as a consent item in June.
Okay.
I mean, anything could change, but that's been customary. This is clearly not a customary year, obviously, but customarily, since I've been here, it's followed that process pretty consistently, but we've never missed the audit and finance presentation. That was usually in April, so the fact that, actually, maybe it's usually March, actually. But I do want to make sure that we follow the policy that, or even the process that was adopted by this group in May of last year, that was clear that there would be a audit and finance discussion and the board. And I'll leave it up to the Go Triangle board if they just feel at this point to have a presentation in May, let's say 13th, and then to do it again on the 25th. They might just think, let's just bring it to the 25th so the whole board could hear it at once.
Thanks, Stephen. We do still have the motion on the full item to call. Last call for discussion. Hearing none, I'll call the question on approving the FY27, recommending approval of the FY27 annual work program as published, with the one amendment being the change to the name of the TDA project. I'll go down the line. Meg,
Yes.
Nina,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Emily, Jamel,
Yes.
Caroline,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and I'm a yes as well. All right, we have recommended approval. Our next step is to go to the county commissioners and then eventually go triangle. We have no other items on our agenda. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Moved.
Second.
All right, any objections?
This is an objection, but before we break up, Sarah, can you remind me when the county commissioner meeting is? It might be interesting to just listen in.
May 5th.
Great, thank you.
All right, hearing no objections. Meeting is adjourned. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.